Cool. But this is welcome, y'all. This is the first. Wait, Aaron, you gotta pull it up on your phone. We gotta make sure that we all good. This is people. We got people joining right now. Today we got hella people joining. Okay, okay, okay.
What up, fam? What up,
What
family?
up? But yeah, this is our first time going live. We're gonna do an Olympics preview. Yeah, Aaron, you should pull it up, like just
Yeah,
where you
no,
can
we
see
chilling.
the
This is
chat and
hey,
everything.
shout out Joshua, bro, the production guy right here. This is fire right
Yeah,
here.
we
We
got it
look
going.
official. We look official. I ain't even gonna lie.
Wait, so Aaron, you sound good? Does your sound good real quick?
No, yeah, the sound is good.
Hey, let me see.
Everything is crisp.
It's gonna go on to you real quick because I just switched it to you. Let me know how your audio sounds. Hit start talking. We just gotta make sure.
Hey, that transition was crazy. No, no, no. This is great. This is gonna be fire, man. We're gonna have a good Olympics, y'all. We really stepping up the game on the live right now. Ain't nobody doing it like this. Y'all gotta be ready. Y'all gotta tune in. Y'all gotta tune in.
All right, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. So, should we jump into it? Like, do you have anything that you want to talk about before we get into it, man? It has been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
I mean, the Olympics are here. We're excited that the Olympics are here. For all the real ones that you guys been following us and watching the podcast, like we said, we're gonna try. We want to experience this with y'all. We want y'all to be watching the Olympics right alongside us, get our first and initial reactions. So bookmark this. I don't know what you do on Instagram Live, but just be ready. We trying to do 1 o'clock most days, but this is gonna be released onto our podcast platform right after, so you get to tap into it immediately if you can't make it on the live, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great 10 days of the Olympics starting on Friday, going all the way to the end. We're going to be live on Instagram, maybe YouTube. We'll see how this goes as well. But yeah, this is going to be up tomorrow, Tuesday. But little preview, as you guys know, as you guys been following the pod, we record on Mondays now, and every single Tuesday we do release. It's different being back on Instagram Live. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, like feel free, let us know. We just gonna be vibing out for like the next 30 minutes to an hour, talking track and field, previewing the Olympics. And if you can't stay right now, like no worries. Tomorrow, the next day, it's gonna be up on audio. It's gonna be up on YouTube and everything like that. But Aaron, let's get into it. Cause I'm with my brother with the same. Wait, I forgot what the thing was. Wicked. I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always with the brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite two black runners every single.
Two black,
Okay, okay. All right.
Tuesday. So back on my own IG.
But the thing cut away. I told you I was gonna play the intro. I played the intro, bro.
Hey, we going through it. We technical difficulties if I interrupted the intro, but this is crazy, man. We really out here live. I'm excited.
Yeah. We trying to make it happen. We trying to make it happen. But a lot of things are gonna be going down starting this Friday at the Olympics, bro. It's going to be super duper exciting. Like we might as well just get into it. Like we just talked about in the beginning about how we're gonna be going live, trying to be every single day, 1 p.m. when the athletics start for the Olympics on Instagram Live, possibly on YouTube too. But you guys will see it. If you can't be live with us then, pop it on the podcast every single day. We're dropping one just like the trials. We're gonna make that happen. So we
A
can
lot
just
of surprise special guests. We're gonna have a lot of surprise special guests on the podcast too. We're gonna be pushing all week to come and give you some of their expertise and insight. So stay tapped in.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Two black runners and friends. But what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do two black runners and two stories to watch for every single event like category. So we got women's sprints, men's distance, women's distance. We got our women's jumps, our men's jumps, shot put, throws, all of that. We got two black runners, two stories to watch from every single type of discipline. It's gonna take. We're gonna just talk about it. We're gonna discuss, give our little bit of expertise in these type of areas, but really just giving the feel of the entire Olympic Games. That sound good to you, Aaron?
Yeah, no, let's get into it, bro. Let's just hop on in.
All right, bro. All right, bro. We gotta start off with probably the biggest story of the entire Olympics. Not even just about athletics, not just about track and field. We're going to see the one of the biggest stories, the two stories to watch in the women's sprints. This one right here. Can Sha'Carri Richardson complete the best Disney sports movie ever created? Like we are living in her Disney sports movie, Glory Road, Mighty Ducks. We're living in that right now for Sha'Carri Richardson. In 2021, as you guys know, Sha'Carri Richardson was world number one. She ran 10:72 going into the Olympic Games. We were hyped. The Olympic trials happened. Everybody was tweeting about her, talking about her. People were dressing up about her, about for her for Halloween. The excitement was at an all-time high. Then the marijuana drug test. She can't compete at the Olympics. Things start going downhill. Everything's coming at her. She's going against the media. Just so many people are critical of her. People love her. No matter what, she is polarizing. Through all of that, she wins the 2023 World Championships in the 100. And now she's number one in the world again. She's running 10:63, tied for number five all time. And it's just like, can she complete this storybook ending and get that redemption, that full circle moment from 2021 when she lost that dream and really accomplished it all now at the Olympics this year and win that 100-meter gold? A woman hasn't done that in this century for the US. So that would be amazing to see. But what do you just think about this amazing Disney story that we're witnessing right now?
You said Disney story, man. Now it has been a great to watch. It's like a story of redemption, but I don't know, maybe it's because like we're deep in the track game. I feel like I've kind of like forgotten about the marijuana stuff. Like that was a big deal. She didn't get to run at the Olympic Games. Who knows what she would have done or where she would have placed. But since winning the world championship last year, it's like that doesn't even like I don't know that whole debacle. It doesn't really cross my mind as much. It's like I feel like she's already proven herself since that time, and her going out and winning the 100 meters, it just puts at the Olympics though it puts a different type of stamp onto her career for the mainstream audience. That only tunes into track because right now we see her. She's they're pushing her at the Olympics. She's on the Sprite commercial and everything. She's huge. Like she is the face of USA track and field, right? But if she was to get this Olympic gold, it just puts her into a whole another stratosphere.
And it looks like redemption is around the way, like what Enrique is saying in the comments. Like, it seems like redemption. When we look at the top 10 times in the world right now, Sha'Carri is leading everybody with that 10:7:1. Right behind her is Julian Alfred in the third spot in 10:7:8. And I feel like she's someone that can definitely take her down. I believe last year she finished sixth. She finished fifth last year in the World Championships, and then you have Shericka Jackson who finished second last year, and she ran 10:8:4 in July. So there's a lot of people up there against her, but since Sha'Carri has been running, she seemed unstoppable. Her performance at the Olympic trials, like it seemed when she was running at the Olympic trials, it seemed like if Sha'Carri had a good start, like the world record was going to go down. Like that's what it was seeming like when she was running the 100-meter. When every single time she was starting the race, she kind of messed up, she kind of stumbled or something like that. But if it was a good start, it seemed like she was going to win it. Do you think like this is Sha'Carri's race? Do you think Sha'Carri can take home this gold?
I definitely think that she can take home the gold, and I expect to see her take home the gold. I also feel like this is Sharika wasn't happy about losing in that 100. She expected to win both events last year. For anyone that watched Sprint 2, you got like an inside, you know, look at that. She didn't look at it as her off event. So this is also, for her, she might be looking at it for some redemption as well. So that's going to be an incredible matchup to see. But now the Olympics is another stage. But the fact that Sha'Carri has that experience of winning at a World Championships and going through the rounds, and even she had some adversity going through those rounds where she barely made it in from the semi. So I feel like she's just gonna be maybe a tad more relaxed, and I think that's gonna play a lot to her advantage.
Yeah, most definitely going to be exciting for the 100. I'm wouldn't be surprised if we're talking a lot about Sha'Carri Richardson once the athletics competitions really start. Not even just in the 100, but once we get to the 4x1 too. The topic of the conversation is definitely going to be there. We also got to mention, don't count out Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. It's going to be your 5th Olympics Games, and like she's someone that you can never count out. Tia Clayton of Jamaica as well. She's only 20 years old, running 10.8. 1090 this year. She's going to be someone to consider. Then Melissa Jefferson and Twanisha Terry out of the USA. We could be looking at a sweep, possibly. But the other story to watch, bro, the other 2 stories to watch to finish this out for the women's sprints. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone versus Femke Bol. This is going to be iconic, Aaron.
It's gonna be wild.
Like
Yeah, that's the one right here.
that's literally it. That's the story. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone versus Femke Bol, the fastest woman ever or over 400-meter hurdles. Sydney McLaughlin in 50.65, then Femke Bol in 50.95. These are the 2 fastest ever, the 2 greatest. Nobody comes even close to these 2 women. This battle is going to be legendary, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to the men's 400-meter hurdles later, but this is right now the 400-meter hurdles and track and field is completely insane. People are running faster than what we have ever seen before, and especially on the women's side, where they're running times that would make them competitive in the women's 400 flat,
Wow.
which is just insane. And we saw Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone run the world record at Olympic trials. And Femke Bol just comes back and runs that 50.9, and it's like, yo, girl, I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be awesome to see them match up, especially because Femke is the reigning world champion. Sydney didn't race in the 400-meter hurdles last year.
Yep.
So she's like, hey, I get it. You nice, but I'm nice too. So this is going to be awesome to see. They're also both very young, but to see them match up at this point, it's like, how close can they get to breaking that 50 second mark?
And
I think everyone is thinking that.
That's an important thing to talk about. Like, they're both really young. I believe Femke's 2001, I want to say, or she's 2000. So she's 20. We're looking at both of these athletes are like 25 to 23, like in that range right there. I don't even think Sydney McLaughlin is 25 yet. Like, that's the amazing thing about it, because I remember I had that post talking about this race and this matchup and everything like that, and saying this isn't the same Femke Bol from 2022. Like, this isn't the same Sydney McLaughlin either, but they're still very young in their careers right now, probably not even in their prime. So I do think it's going to be an epic battle. Like, I believe Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is still going to win. USA, we rooting for Sydney, and
come on now,
yes sir,
yes sir,
but like,
yes sir.
After Femke ran that 50, that 50-second 400-meter hurdles, I'm all like, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way, Femke Bol brought out the victory. I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney if she hits a hurdle, like, it could be over.
Nah, I would be surprised. I'm not. I would be surprised if Sydney lost. I'm not gonna say. I still can't in my mind see Femke Bol beating Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. She is undoubtedly the GOAT to me. She beat Dalilah Muhammad, who was the GOAT before her. And Femke, I just looked it up. They're both 24 years old. I'm sorry, Femke, you just were born at the wrong time. I don't see it. This girl was making the Olympics at 16. It's different. It's different.
We're going to get to someone else who may have been born at the wrong time too later in the show, but let's go over to the men's sprints. Another 2 black runners, 2 stories for the men's sprint. One right here. Can Noah Lyles fulfill his prophecy, bro? Because honestly, like, we've talked about Noah Lyles before on the podcast. This dude, he very much plays himself up as this anime character. He loves anime, and I love Noah Lyles for that, how he's so animated in all that he does. You know what I mean? And he has called out this prophecy even before this year to win 3 gold medals at the World Championships, then to do it again at
He was saying 4 at one point.
Yeah,
he was saying 4
at the Olympics. I don't know if we
Not
go
two,
like
not
I don't know if
three,
we gonna do 4 after what Quincy Wilson did. But can this man fulfill the prophecy? But Aaron, the prophecy, it's not that it's shaky. Some people will consider it shaky, but also there's a lot going on right now. Now he's every single other week he's in some different type of controversy, and honestly it's been good for the sport. But recently now people were kind of on Noah Lyles' head because he was calling himself the fastest man alive. So on a Team USA post, he was talking about Noah Lyles, fastest man alive. I'm here addressing everybody. People in the comments didn't like that. He doubled down on that comment. He's the fastest man alive. He won the world championships. He get to call himself that title. But then his videographer came out on his YouTube channel and basically went out and said that I would like to address the comments surrounding the fastest man title. The titles fastest man and fastest woman are awarded annually to winners of the 100 meter at the World Championships. I won the men's 100 meter in 2023, and Sha'Carri won the women's. We do not intend to disrespect or discredit past records or times set in the new season. This is simply how the title is determined. And Noah Lyles said in a press conference that like he didn't even really want this to be posted. His videographer did this. He said, I haven't been conversing with him much, but unfortunately he did release a message which talked about the fastest man comment. And although I agree with what he said, I usually do not tend to respond to people about that. It's just weird things that are happening, kind of like muffling up this prophecy in some type of way. But like with everything going on around Noah Lyles and being this kind of star, just like how do you feel about him fulfilling his prophecy this year and getting that double gold and the 1 and the 2?
I mean, it's interesting because last year when he was gonna do the double, I wasn't sure. I was like, can he actually win in this 100? Like, can he beat like someone? Can he beat a Fred Curley? Can he beat Christian Coleman? And he went out and he proved it that he could. And then he came back in the 60 at World Indoors. He took silver at the 60 World Indoors. That was,
Yeah.
or was it bronze? Silver? Yeah, he took silver. So it's like he's worked on his game, and it looks like he can. It looks like he can win the 1 and the 2, right? But then you got guys like this Keyshawn Thompson. This dude low-key came out of nowhere, at least on my radar. I didn't know who he was before this year. Running 9.7. I'm like, oh, okay. Oblique Seville got Noah earlier this year in a head-to-head matchup. And I'm sorry, bro. My boy Fred Curley, he put up that post. I say, okay. My boy, he owned that. Like, he owned it. So it seems like these guys, it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy for him to win this. Like, we were honestly talking very confidently about Sha'Carri for some reason right now. It's because she's great, but we were
Sha'Carri
talking like
hasn't
as if
lost much. Sha'Carri really,
yeah, she hasn't.
lost much. When you look at the past years, Noah lost to Oblique.
He does.
Like Noah.
Yeah, he did.
Lost
He did.
another
But
100 races
but
a while ago too. I
but
know he
this
won
dude
the
is the double champ. This dude is the double champ.
Yeah, he
Like,
is. But like
he
he's
won the
also not
1 and the
100
2.
runner. That's why people aren't as confident in him. He's not world number 1 at the moment, unlike Sha'Carri. So like that's where I think people don't have the same confidence in Noah Lyles, which is kind of messed up because I feel like Noah Lyles is gonna win. But the reason I feel like Noah Lyles is gonna win because if he shows up, if he has a good enough start and he's proven that he can have enough of good enough starts, like he is going to win. Like there's nobody running away from him, and like unless Fred Curley can get his start down and run better. Like Keyshawn Thompson's running 9.77, and I'm not saying 9.77 isn't fast. I can't touch 9.77 at all, but like it's still not like blazing. You know what I mean? It's still not blazing. There's a lot of people. He has to run 9.77 in the Olympic final. That's hard to
Yeah.
do after
No, you're
running
right.
these rounds.
No one is running a unbelievable time that's like unreachable. Like, oh, this person might break the world record, or like no one is like so overly dominant. And that's the thing with Noah. I think Noah he understands the moment. Like,
Yeah.
not saying, what I'm saying? He's great at capitalizing in the moment, like ripping his shirt off after breaking the 200-meter record and stuff, or like,
Yeah.
or putting out these little like these tweets and stuff, riling up some feathers and stuff. I feel like he on demon time. I'm not gonna cap. I feel like he on demon time, bro. I feel like he doing these little things. He trying to play mind games with everybody. And I also think homie is just having a good time, dog. Like he's really having a lot of fun with y'all, you know?
What
And I think it's
happens
good.
for you? What happens if Noah Lyles doesn't win this 100? Let's say he doesn't win this 100 and he wins the 2. Like for you, he doesn't fulfill this prophecy. What does that mean for you? Noah Lyles' legacy and just everything. He wins the 200 though. Doesn't win this 100 though.
I mean, he's still of this current generation. Let's say he doesn't win, but he gets silver and then he goes and gets gold. I mean, that's still very impressive. That's still very impressive, and it puts him up there as like he's still one of the greatest, sprinters or the greatest like one, two of the past like 10 to 15 years. He's been,
Yeah.
he's been that guy. He's like one of those guy. He is like a Tyson of this era. Like, he's still that guy regardless if he gets gold or not. But if he does get gold, he already has a 200-meter, American record. He has a 100-meter world title. If he was to get a 1-2, like winning at the Olympics is different than the World Championships. It just puts you in a different air. Like I feel like it does so much more than him than getting that silver. The silver would be great, but getting the gold just puts him, you know, it puts him in the mainstream. A lot of people already know him last year from winning double gold, world championship of what. But if he loses, people gonna be on his head. The NBA players gonna be on his head. You know, everyone gonna be on his head. He gonna win either way, low key with that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be known.
No, Noah Lyles already won in my book. He already won. It's gonna be exciting to see. It's really exciting that the 100 is like the first weekend, similar to the Olympic trials, and we just get right into everything, especially like the 10K the first day. And it's kind of sad too. We gotta wait to the end to see this go down. Our other story from the men's sprint: Grant Holloway's quest for redemption. That's exactly what it's gonna be. There's no one touching this man, bro.
I
I
know.
was
It's like,
looking
come
up,
on, man.
researching about this, bro. The top, who's the top? Who's the top at in the 110 hurdles right now? Who's doing something? Grant Holloway doing everything. Like he really is. He's doing everything. USA, matter of fact, is doing everything. In 2021, Grant Holloway didn't get it done. He lost. He was number 1 in the world. He lost to Hansel Parchment. He lost that race. Hansel Parchment ran at 13:04. Honestly, he wasn't running super crazy, unbelievable at the beginning of the season, but he pulled that out, running a great race. Grant Holloway didn't have the best race on that day. But coming into this year, Grant Holloway is above everybody. USA, from Grant Holloway, Freddie Creedon, and Daniel Roberts, they're 1, 2, 3 in the world. Grant Holloway's quest to redemption needs to be televised. Everyone needs to know about it because this man may break the world record at the Olympics. And if he doesn't do that, he is going to be put in rare territory and further cement himself as one of the greatest 110-meter hurdlers of all time. Potentially the greatest very, very soon. So just like, yeah, his quest for redemption is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like this guy's a 3-time world champion, and he says that silver at the Olympics. It just feels like we don't ever see Grant Holloway lose.
No.
But yeah, no, we don't see him lose. It's possible though. He'll tell you that it's possible because it happened to him um, back in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So I think for sure he's gonna win. If he was to lose, that would be disappointing. But again, that gold medal does a lot for you. We gonna see him on the Wheaties commercials. Then he's gonna get the gold medal. And for a lot of people, that's what's great about the Olympics. It brings a lot of new eyes to it. But he's gonna win. He's gonna win decisively or whatever. And then now people are gonna be like, "What? Where was this guy? We didn't see him." And then everyone in the track row is like, "Bro, this guy is the second fastest ever. He's won 3 world championships in the 110s. Like he's the greatest 60-meter hurdler of all time. Like, and now, but yeah. So for the gold medal, what else is there for him to accomplish after he gets the gold medal? Like he's done it all, really. I guess the world record in the 110s, but
Yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. Moving on, women's distance. Two stories, two black runners, two stories from the women's distance. Faith Kipyegon continues her GOAT quest. Her quest to being the GOAT, I think, will be solidified at this Olympics. Right now, Faith Kipyegon, she's number one in the world with a 3:49.04, a world record she broke at Monaco. She can become the first woman to win three straight Olympic 1500-meter races. Actually, let me rewind it back. She will become the first man or woman to win three straight Olympic 1500-meter races if she does that in Tokyo. I mean, not in Tokyo, in Paris, France. My bad. No woman or man, no woman has done that in individual events in athletics
Three-time
history.
Olympic champion.
You said what?
Three-time Olympic champion.
That's what she will become if she does this in the 1500 meter. No one has done that, and Faith Kipyegon is on the verge of doing that. There's people that can beat her. Gudolf Segay ran 350 this year, and Jessica Hull ran 350. But her quest officially, I think she's already the GOAT. I think she's better than El Garouge. Like, I don't care. Put any miler up against Faith Kipyegon's stats. She's better than. But how do you feel about just her quest to just being the greatest of all time?
I mean, she's also the GOAT because she's bringing everyone along with her.
Yeah.
You got Jessica Hole now running 350. You got Gudolf now running 350. Like the barrier, the 350 barrier is not, it seems more doable now. And I wouldn't be surprised if she broke the world record in the Olympic final because you got Gudolf who runs a 14 flat in the 5K now running up against her. You got Jessica Hole who's having the year of her life.
Yeah.
And then all of our US women are about to break the American record now because what Faith Kipyegon has done for the sport.
She's been amazing. I can't wait to see what she runs. I wouldn't be surprised too if she gets beat. Like I know
I would
there's
be surprised.
I would be surprised, but
And
like it wouldn't surprise me after what Jess Hole did. It would be crazy. It would be mind blowing. It would be one of the biggest upsets in history. But I think she's cementing herself as the greatest miler of all time at the Olympics. I truly believe that's happening. First woman to win three individual gold medals in the same event, and also going to be the only man or woman to win the 1500-meter Olympic gold three straight times. No one's done that. Who does that? That's the question. But you brought up the American women. I feel like on the distance side, without Athing Mo, that's a big loss for us as Americans. Like Athing Mo medaled last year, got the gold medal. There's only been three women from the 800, like to the 800 and up on the track that have medaled this century for the U.S. in distance races. That's Athing Mo when she won gold. Raven Rogers last time at the Olympics too with that bronze medal in 800, and then Shalane Flanagan, I believe in 2008 in the 5K or 10K in 10K, I believe in 10K. Shalane Flanagan as well. Only three women have done that. It doesn't happen that much for U.S. women medal in the distance events. Just who can get that done for us? That's another story. Can American medal without Athing Mo, our big star, missing it? How are we gonna hold up?
I ain't even gonna lie. It's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be a tough year. It's gonna be close. I think we have a shot, but I really do think it might be tough. Great Britain
Oh,
is looking amazing.
the 800.
At that
They may
London,
sweep the 800. That's what it looks like right now.
that was at the London Diamond
Yeah.
League. Keely Hodgkinson 154.6, Gemma 155.6, and Georgia Bell 156.2. And then I don't think they're gonna sweep because I still think Mary Mora is beast. She's the
Yeah.
world champion, and I think she has just so much speed. That was like what I was thinking last year. Everyone was talking about Athena and Keely, and I was like, yo, y'all need to watch out for her. Mary Moore from Kenya. I expect her to be up there to break up that three. But but that doesn't go without saying. I definitely think Nia Atkins can run 156. maybe even 155. I think she's right there. I definitely think that that wasn't everything that she had when we saw her at the Olympic trials. So if we gotta make sure, we've been victorious this with the men in the past couple of years at championships, but if we get at least two of them to the final, I think we got like a 75% chance of medaling. 75 to 85%. That's pretty good chances. You
No.
know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna be a lot of women up there, like in the top five, battling.
And you brought up the 800, so I'll bring up the 15. I think we have a great chance there. Nikki, they didn't run super well, but coming off of the 1500-meter world indoor silver medal, I think it's going to do great for Nikki going into the Olympics. But last year at the World Championships, they didn't even make it to the final. But we got Ellie St. Pierre back. Ellie St. Pierre didn't have the greatest 1500-meter race, but that was after running rounds of the 5K as well. Like, she is going to be primed to go. And let's not forget, she was the one battling with Jess Hull like 3 times during the indoor season, beat her
That's
in the
true.
Wanamaker mile. So, like, they don't train together, so it's not to say that they're in the exact same shape, but if Ellie St. Pierre come out and run like 352, like I wouldn't be
Now
so
she can medal.
surprised after she was battling with Jess Hull in the beginning of the season. They seem like in great shape, and Jess Hull has continued that, and Ellie St. Pierre has also continued that as well. So it will be interesting to see the 15 and the 8 to see if we have potential to medal on the American side. I'm interested to also see how Wayne does in the 10K up there. I think she has potential to do well. And then even Elise Cranny, she's another year older, another year smarter, and how she can perform in the 5,000. But men's distance, Aaron, this is the fireworks. This is what really everyone wants to talk about. This is probably what we should have led off with because,
Oh,
people
for the
love this.
distance.
The men's 1500-meter fireworks, bro. I'm not going to just single out the Jakob and Josh Kerr, do the thing, but I'll let you take the lead. How you feel, men's 1500-meter? Everyone knows the deal. It's Jakob versus Josh Kerr. Jakob Ingebrigtsen versus Josh Kerr. They dropping diss tracks, not diss tracks. It was just a song.
Hey, hey, that's a slap. Hey,
That was a
if
good song. Now we go cap.
that song slap. Everything makes sense now because everybody go onto Jakob's Instagram. He always be posting stuff during workouts with Tupac in the background, like Kendrick. I'm like, yo, he listen to rap music? Like this boy from like Norway? Like what he know about this type of music? And now I see. I
Copenhagen.
might I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna say something, bro. Josh Kerr, I love Josh Kerr. That's my guy, bro. To be honest, I used to be a Jakob hater. I ain't even gonna cap. I used to be a Jakob hater. But once I talked to him about his brothers and stuff, I've been seeing the way he been moving lately, bro. I don't know. I've been becoming more, and now he dropping songs now.
Wait, so you rooted for Josh? You rooting for Jakob now? Is that what you saying? What?
I don't know. I like both of them. I like both of them. It's hard for me to root against either of them. I think they both cool. I think they both cool. Like that song made me more confident in him a little bit. I was like, yo, like he dropping bars, bro. Like that's crazy.
No, that was a good song, but I do want to bring this up because I thought this was interesting overall. So after Prefontaine, that amazing race, there was a lot of hype going into that, the press conference and the Bowerman Mile. Josh Kerr won it in 3:45:34. Jakob Ingebrigtsen right behind him in 3:45:60. An amazing race, a dive to the line and really sprinting it all in. But since that day of Prefontaine, all the way back, that was in May 25th, Josh Kerr hasn't raced a lot. Josh Kerr's only ran really a 800 in the UK Championships. He ran a 146.04. In the next round, he tripped and fell and ran like a 150, like 155, something like that. It's irrelevant. He tripped and fell like the last 100 meters, but didn't have the great race there. For Jakob, on the other hand, he won Euros in the 5,000 and the 1320. He also won Euros in the 1500 meter, and he ran a 3:26 in the 1500 meter dash. Like, I
Yeah, that
don't
was
like
crazy.
since
That was crazy.
Prefontaine,
That boy been he
Jacob
been
has
angry.
been eating. He's been going
That
in the
boy been
work.
mad.
Josh Kerr has been hibernating, doing his thing, training. I
He,
believe, and
oh yeah.
he hasn't ran any 1500 meters this season. Like I really just found that out. I find that kind of
Oh, that's
fascinating.
crazy.
He hasn't run no 15s his first 15 of the season will be at the Olympic Games. I believe Josh Kerr is a savant. He's great, but that is an interesting thing to talk about. That's a thing that should be talked about in this time.
Wait, so he didn't run the 15 at the Euro Championships?
He didn't run at Euros.
Oh, that is interesting. I didn't actually think about that. But like, it's just styles make fights, man. You know what they say? Styles make fights. Jakob, he wants to race to every single meet. He wants to win every single meet. He wants to put on a show. Josh, he does this long build up. If you go back, this dude was doing half marathons like in the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Building up to this, you know, Josh Kerr is, I mean, Jakob is confident, but Josh Kerr is a very confident person, bro. Like, that's not somebody to sleep on. Him and Danny Mackey,
They got a plan.
yeah, they locked in. They locked in for sure. Like, they got their thing going. So I'm not too worried about that. I think he's well versed in tactics, and I feel like I'm sure he's okay and he's sharp enough. But that boy, the champ, bro, he got that boy's number. He got his number right now, so I can't really. It's hard for me to say that he's gonna lose, but I do think Josh Kerr is capable of running 326.
Yeah,
I think he is.
I wouldn't put that past Josh Kerr at all. Yeah, I was about to say no, but I wouldn't put that past Josh Kerr. I wouldn't put past the 326 or even a 327 or even just having that ability because he doesn't necessarily need to run 326 like to win it, but he's gonna need to run a 329, maybe a 328, or definitely 330. But he definitely has that in him, and to be able to have that ability is the key. But we can just go right into this because I want to talk about more of the 15. The other story I think in the men distance side is who will surprise the world and get like their first outdoor global medal. There's so many stars in this sport, from Bryce Hoppel, never got an outdoor global medal. Cole Hawker hasn't. Yard Naguse, Grant Fisher, Luis Grijalva, Woody Kincaid, Aubrey McNur. We can even name Edwin Kerr got his first.
He been balling. Edwin Kerr has been killing it.
So I'm like, who's gonna surprise everybody and get their first outdoor global medal? I think that's definitely a conversation to be had.
You already know what I'm gonna say. Luis Grijalva, bro, and it ain't gonna be a surprise. Luis Grijalva is gonna get his first medal for Guatemala, bro, and it's gonna be the moment of the Olympics, bruh. And I can 100% see it. Ran 1250 early in the year, one of the best tacticians in the game, and has easily one of the best kicks in the world.
Yeah.
So if that dude is in position, that boy got a lot of heart. We gonna see him get something. He gonna leave there with something, bro.
It's crazy because thinking about it, I knew Luis was close, but you always need a refresher. He's got in fourth place at the past two world championships.
It's time, bro. It's time.
Fourth place, but a guy standing in his way who looks better than ever, really the best shape of his life. And I thought in 2022 he was in the best shape of his life. Grant Fisher looks amazing right now. He was fifth in the 10K in Tokyo Olympics in 2022. Fourth in the 10K, sixth in the 5K. In one of these events, like Grant, I think he's gonna make it happen. Maybe it's the 10K, maybe it's the 5. He wills something together. But Paul Schliemann has held that down for the past two Olympic Games. Like, we need our medalists, we need our U.S. medalists in the 5K or the 10. And Grant Fisher may be the one to do it.
Yeah, honestly, it's weird to say that Grant just feels like someone that has a global medal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's just been running well for so long. And he's been someone that in the U.S. we've been watching since he was in high school, breaking four. So he's another person where it feels like, it's time. It's time for him to get that medal. That was at not Prefontaine, what am I saying? 2023 World or 2022 Worlds in Eugene is when he got fifth in the 10K, fourth in the 10K, fifth. Yeah, and we were watching that all going crazy. I definitely
he was like third or second and tripped and
yeah. So I think this is gonna be a moment for him Um, it's just, yeah, some people I just feel like it's just their time. Now, the other people you got on this list, we got Cole, Yard. Cole and Yard, it's possible, bro. It's definitely possible. The 1500 on the men's side is stacked, but Cole got fifth in 2021 right out of college, bruh. Right out of college, at the Olympics. He's been at this stage before. And honestly, he's been kind of banged up since then. This is the healthiest season that we've seen Cole have. And he just beat Yard.
Yeah.
He might not have the flashy times that Jakob has, but he has the great tactics and one of the best kicks in the world. I'm gonna go back to like Luis. Best kicks in the world, a lot of great tactics. If he's in the race, I'm picking him over Yard to get a medal. That's just me though.
I think I
That's
would
just
do the
me
same
though.
thing. I would do the same thing. I'm picking Cole Hawker to get a medal over Yard and Goose as well. But if the race is just real fast and Yard just latches on, he could definitely
Yeah.
he can definitely make it happen. But especially I don't know Cole Hawker, he at the Olympic trials it was something special. It was truly something special. As we go through it, kind of ending the podcast, we're going to go into the field events. We'll go into do through these ones a little bit faster, but definitely want to honor these great stories that are going to go down. And the women's high jump, we're going to have our women's jumps real quick. Two black runners, two stories from the women's jumps. And then women's high jump, Aaron, I want to really just talk about, is this the start of Yaroslava Mahuchik's reign in the high jump? She broke the world record in Monaco with that 2.10 meter in the high jump. She won her first global gold in 2023 after previous years. In 2022, she got second. 2021 at the Olympics, third. 2019, she got second. I believe in 2019, she was like 18, 17 years old when she made that happen. Like Yaroslava, she's on a different level right now, representing Ukraine, has something really on her back that she's representing that's deeper than anything else. I think this is the start of her reign, and she may just be untouchable, but she has to get this Olympic gold first, these back-to-back global championships.
Yeah, I was watching that meet when she did that. Hey, Yaroslava Mahuchik.
Mahukic,
Okay.
Mahukic.
Mahukic.
Yep,
Dang that. Okay.
pretty close,
Okay.
pretty close.
But no, no, no. I was watching that meet when she did that, and I mean, isn't she only like 20 years old as well?
Yeah, I think she's 23, or yeah,
But
23 or 20. Yeah,
yeah, so incredible, incredible. Gonna be tough to beat, just setting the world record. But Eleanor Patterson, she's pretty good as well.
yeah. She always has her notepad, and she's writing that down from
Yeah.
Australia, and her teammate as well from Australia. I think they're definitely gonna give Yaroslava a run for her money. But the consistency that Yaroslava has shown in those big moments, when even it comes to like Milrose games or even the Diamond League races, has been unstoppable. So believe me, like when we get around to the high jump, that's going to be a big story to talk about, especially with her in contention, her connection to Ukraine. It's a beautiful story to really talk about. Another story in the women's jumps that we got to talk about, bro. Hey, I'm from California. Got to see this girl in high school do her thing, and now she's on the Olympic stage again. Tara Davis-Woodhall is back, and she's here to make a statement. I think she's here to make a big statement. Tara Davis-Woodhall has turned into a superstar. We already kind of felt like she was a star from the very, very beginning, but in the past 3 years, she's really became a superstar. Like, we got Coco. She's like best friends with Coco Jones, taking selfies with LeBron James, and I think these other athletes know her. You know what I mean? Like people
No,
know
they do. They
who Tara
definitely
Davis
do.
Woodhall is for all she does in social media, her connection with Lululemon. She is a famous athlete in the track world, and she won the world indoors last year, got second place the year before. But it comes down to she's in great competition. There's great people around her. But no matter what, I think her just being on this stage is going to be a big statement, and people are going to fall in love with Tara Davis Woodhall.
No, she's definitely been already a star of the Olympics, and when track starts, she's gonna bring a lot of great attention to the long jump, which is not just great for her, it's great for all of her other competitors, especially Quenisha Burks, her rival, who also is very fun, has a lot of personality, So I'm excited to see that set up the stage. But it's been fun just seeing her walk around the village, and she already won for best, best selfies with the athletes and stuff like that. So best of luck to her. If she wins this gold medal, she's another athlete. Like if she wins a gold medal, I feel like it does a lot for her because she already has the brand
Yeah.
part built in, and then her and Hunter, they have everything that they do on YouTube and everything, and he has his story. Good luck to him at the Paralympics. Um, superpower couple for sure.
I think it's going to really come down to this Olympic gold for Tara is it's going to be Malika Mahumbo from Germany. I believe I said that last name wrong, but I believe it's Malika. She's been dominant since 2019. Has world titles at the 2019 World Championships, 2020, the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, 2022 World Championships. I believe she was injured last year, so she didn't get to compete. But I think the big thing that comes down for Tara is that she has to jump over 7 meters. She has to. That's the thing. Like she has to jump over 7 meters when it really counts. Each time that Malika has won, in 2019 she jumped 730, and then she jumped 7 meters flat. And at the Olympics, she jumped in 2022. She jumped 712, what isn't crazy and out of reach for Tara Davis-Woodhall. But in Tara Davis's previous performances, like in 2021 at the Olympics, she jumped 6.84. At 2023, she jumped 691. So the fact of just getting the consistency of jumping over 7 meters has to be key for Tara Davis to really make that happen. So I think that's something that she's going to be keen on at the Paris Olympics once we get to it. It's going to be exciting. Going on to men's jumps, we got two stories. The two black runners got two stories for the men's jumps. I want to get to this question too in a second. Well, let's get to this right now because we've been talking about Tara Davis. We get to Mitchell's question. He said, "Who's the biggest queen of U.S. women's track right now? Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, Tara Davis-Woodhall, or Sha'Carri?"
I'm gonna say I don't even know what that means, biggest queen.
Who's the
But
biggest star? That's essentially who's the biggest
I
star.
think Sha'Carri is the biggest star. I think Sha'Carri is the biggest star. Everything she does is just so big, bro. Like everything she does, she big. She has her own style and everything from how she dresses to how she talks. Like she's just so much of herself, and it really comes out. Like Sydney is great and she's a star, but she's a little bit more closed off. Sha'Carri can be the same way too, but her personality really shines. But Tara, I do think that we're seeing that Tara is right there because she, out of those two, is the most open. Like she's gonna talk to anybody. She's gonna be up in front of the camera. She's gonna be taking because that's just who she is, you know.
Yeah.
So I still think it's Sha'Carri. I still think she's the biggest star, the biggest face. She's the says the most inspirational things and just says cool stuff naturally. So I'm gonna give it to her.
I think Tara Davis Woodhall is the biggest like social media star. And honestly, between Sha'Carri and Sydney, I think it's low key. It may be a tie. I think it may be a tie. I think Sha'Carri is definitely more polarizing, and a lot of people know who Sha'Carri Richardson is. Like she, like any you can go anywhere and like bring up Sha'Carri Richardson, and I think she has become a household name. But I think it's the same as Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. Like there's people are talking about Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone in the barbershop, and I bring that up because that's literally happened to me in the barbershop. He's my uncle, but he's asking me. Someone asked him about is Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone the greatest athlete of all time? Like that's how people are having these conversations about her dominance. People are recognizing what she has done. Like Sha'Carri Richardson hasn't done the same things that Sydney McLaughlin
No, she hasn't.
has
Cindy
done.
McLaughlin does some crazy is insane.
She's a world record holder and has broken multiple times. And once she runs the Open 400 more, she's gonna break that world record. So I think. But Tara Davis Woodhall, like John is saying in the Instagram live right now, Tara puts on the best show for the fans, and that's facts. And I
Does
think
she
she does
though?
that on social media. She does that for sure.
I still think Sha'Carri puts on a show too though. And you can't say Sydney doesn't put on a show. She goes out when she races, she drops a world record. Every time she touches the track, you're like, what is about to happen?
But I think when you in person though, like Tara is like playing up for the fans every single chance that
Yeah.
she get. She's throwing rubber ducks into the at 2023 she was throwing rubber ducks into the stands at US Championship. She's gonna have on her boots and everything. Like she is performing. She is a true performer. The other two, they're low key, they're racers and they're queens of that for sure. For sure. But Sha'Carri does put on a show too. But moving on as we go on to I start rounding this out. Men's jumps, two stories from this right here. First up, Mondo's greatness is going to be on full display. And Mondo, Aaron, is really going to do something that we never seen before. I kind of feel like he's been kind of off the radar since he got that Diamond League world record, got the world record at the ZM Diamond League in China. And I think right now, like, he's going to get in verified air of like he is the official GOAT if he wins the Olympics. It looks like he will do such a thing, but the one person that's stopping him from being like certified GOAT right now, and I think a lot of people are already classifying him as the greatest pole vaulter of all time, but Sergey Bubka, like, he's only won one Olympic gold. He's only won one in 1988. And he just had misfortunes every single time he went to the Olympics. As you guys know, Sergey Bubka, this dude broke the world record 35 times, was literally just amazing back in the day. Yeah, broke his own world record like 35 times in the span of 14 years. A whole bunch of world championships, was doing crazy. But each time he went to the Olympics in 1984, Soviet Union boycotted, so he couldn't compete. He was under the Soviet Union at the time. 1998, he wins. 1992, he no heights. 96, he goes in injured. And then 2000, he fails at an easy height. He never won two Olympic golds. Mondo Duplantis can go in, win two Olympic golds, and like really solidify himself as the greatest pole vaulter of all time. Like that's the story that he's writing right now at this Olympic Games.
I mean, yeah, bro, the boy is jumping 20 feet with a pole vault, bro. It's insane. He's literally the GOAT, and he doesn't lose, bro. This dude does not lose. We're just watching him to see how high he's going to go. He would have to have, like, the worst luck to end up losing. And I hope I'm not, I mean, of course, I can't jinx him. That boy just nice, man. Yeah, exactly. That's literally the GOAT. Like, anybody listening or watching this that hasn't watching the pole vault, like, just pull up. You gotta make sure y'all watch him, because it's insane what he's doing, bruh. He's been doing this since he was basically in college, and he's unstoppable.
Basically in high school, bro. He's been doing this since he was in high school. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Another guy from the jumps we're gonna talk about, Mutaz Barshim. This is going to be his last Olympics high jump competition. We just want to talk about this dude's legacy and everything. Like, I'm not a high jump expert by any means, but like, I feel like since I've been watching a high jump since a kid, like, he has been that guy from the very, very beginning. This is going to be his last one. He's the second highest vaulter in history. And honestly, also just introduced me to the country of Qatar, like of Qatar. He's the person that introduced me to that country, because he's one represented from there every single year, year in and year out. Like, for this to be his last one, I feel like a lot of people are retiring this year and like just walking away. It's definitely a new wave coming in all events, not just in one.
Yeah, bro. This also, man, I feel like this guy introduced me as I started to watch track and field, getting older. Like, this is when I think about high jump, I think of Mutaz. I think of him.
Yeah.
And like, he is like the quintessential swaggy, cool high jumper guy.
Yeah, cool.
And I feel like you see a lot of the style that he's brought into the high jump. I feel like you just see it continuing on. Like, when you think of like a Javon Harrison or Shelby McQueen or what's our guy? Mr. Woo, Saigon Woo from Korea. Like, high jumpers have like, on the men's side, they put on a show every time that they go out there, and I think that Mutaz, I feel like he's contributed contributed to that culture in the high jump. So it'll be fun to see him do it one more time. And I mean, he can medal, he can win. He's always in it.
All right. Women's throws, we're going to go to next. Two black runners, two stories. Valarie Allman set to defend her gold. Probably one of the biggest stories. And honestly, one of those situations where I think it's going to be a runaway from it too. It may be like practice from her, but it's going to be interesting to just see how she conducts herself. I'm interested to see how NBC will cover this story as well. But Valarie Allman, the world record holder, is out there in discus, but she won't be competing. Yami Perez, she's defecting to the U.S. this year. She's been representing Cuba, but she will be going and competing for the U.S. in 2025 at the World Athletics Championships, so she won't be eligible to compete in Paris, France. So like Allman is just in a class of her own and really trying to defend this title, but that doesn't mean like she's beatable. But she is so consistent. She doesn't really have an off day, and this year she's been unstoppable ever since losing last year. Was that last year? That was last year, right? Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah. She was super upset. She was not happy
Yeah, yeah,
to have lost that. And if you've ever met Valerie Ullman, she's one of like the sweetest and nicest people, but don't get it twisted. Very, very competitive. And oh, because you said almost she can't compete. So yeah, she is in her class of her own, but you can't underestimate anyone in the field. So I still think it's gonna be a good matchup.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. Can't wait to see how she really performs in that. And the other story in the women's throws, we have Chase Jackson, really trying to get redemption, trying to get this ball rolling of this legacy that she's really built over the years. She's been a back-to-back world champion in the shot put, but she wasn't there in Tokyo. She missed there. I believe she finished fifth place at U.S. Olympic trials in 2020, trying to go to the Olympics. And now this year, she's been beast in the past 2 years, back-to-back world champion, trying to get this next global and make that three in a row of three global championships. But she has great competition with her, with Sarah Midden from Canada, Jessica Schindler, Lilang Zhong from China, and then Raven Saunders is back, and that's someone right there already that is so formidable, and especially for the U.S. contingent that's bringing a great team that could potentially, we could see something like we did in 2022 with Jada Ross as well. But Chase Jackson trying to go for three straight global championships, from two world championships to Olympics. I think that's going to be a great story to watch, Aaron.
Hey, Raven Saunders is a silver medalist, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't sleep. She clutch, man. She when it's time to go, hey, she get to twerking and get to throwing. You know what I mean? And hey, she's not someone to be slept on. Okay, she's not someone to be slept on.
Most
So
definitely.
and she gonna bring a lot. She might end up being the star of the Olympics right there, bro. I'm surprised we haven't seen her. I haven't seen her much
Nah,
on
man.
any of these things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for real, for real. Yeah, last time in Tokyo, Raven was really getting a lot of attention. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same way once we get to the qualifying round of women's shot put. This guy right here, I think, is going to get a lot of attention, especially from the track world, and that's Mykolos Alkena, coming in with the world record in the discus. His dad is one of the greatest discus throwers of all time. This dude's only about 20, 21 years old. He has the world record. He's coming in looking to dominate the discus this year to try and beat an Olympic champion. So I think I'm just interested to hear more about his story and like more what he does at this Olympic Games. And I think that's going to be something that everyone's going to really be talking about and focusing on this young kid that's looking to be the best to ever do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know much about Miklos, but hey, man, Pops did it. He gonna do it.
That's what I'm saying. We gonna learn more about him this year. This last dude we know a little bit about. Our last
I
story.
remember hearing. I do actually remember hearing. What did we do with him? I don't know. Go ahead to the next topic. But I was gonna say something. But
No, but our last one right here, and then we're about to wrap it up. Ryan Krauser on a quest to win three straight gold medals in the shot put. There hasn't been we talked about earlier. Faith Kipyegon trying to win 3 straight gold medals. A lot of people haven't done this. Only 11 men in history have won 3 Olympic gold medals in one event. I'm pretty sure, don't fact check me. No, you can fact check me. Have won 3 gold medals or more. I'm pretty sure that's the right stat. Only 2 men have won 4 consecutive gold medals, and Carl Lewis and then one other. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's amazing to see what Ryan Couser has done since 2016, the 2020 in Tokyo, and now the 2024. Joe Kovacs has been that second place guy for all 3 Olympics. He's the person against him who wants to spoil everything. And right now, Kovacs, he's the #1 guy in the world, and Ryan Couser is #3. This may be Ryan Couser's most vulnerable, but I feel like going into this Olympics, I'm still like, he's not gonna lose, like
It's hard to say that he's gonna lose.
You said what?
It's hard to say he's gonna lose. He's had Joe Kovacs' number for so long.
Yeah,
He beat this man with blood clots in his leg.
he rarely loses. This guy's I wouldn't be surprised if he broke a world record, broke the Olympic record again. He's been on a tear, but he's doing something where I was like, I'll bring this up now. He should have been on that best athletes of the century. I really think Ryan Couser, what he's done in the Olympics and what he's done in the shot put just ever since 2016 has been amazing. He should have been on that ESPN top 100 athletes of this century because he's been absolutely amazing. And someone to win 3 Olympic golds, and I know it's just one event compared to like swimmers. A lot of swimmers do multiple events. He could really only do the shot put. He could try and do the disc or whatever. That would be amazing. But for him to dominate so much in the shot put and to just change the entire sport completely has been insane.
Yeah. No, it's been a crazy run. But you're right, Joe can get him. It is possible that Joe Kovacs does get him at this time. And like throwers, like it seems like throwers compete very, long for their careers.
Yeah.
And Joe is older than Ryan and he hasn't slowed down at all. So versus like Ryan is starting to face all of these injuries and stuff, but Joe seems fine. So what happens if, Kovacs starts beating him at the next couple of championships? The story can change.
Oh, most definitely. It can flip on everything if Joe Kovacs starts beating them and all that we come to. But that's all to say that that's what makes the Olympics exciting. That's what makes track and field exciting. And really, as I watch all these other Olympic sports, I'm all like, track and field is the most simplest thing like ever. It's just like when I watch even like swimming sometimes, or just not even, but like gymnastics, it's like there's just so much going on. When I watch track and field, I'm just like, all right, just whoever wins, like that's it. Whoever wins and it's over. Like whoever wins and it's over. Like just one race, one throw, one jump, one vault, whatever it is. Like that is the winner, and that's what makes track and field the most exciting Olympic event in my eyes, and I believe for you too, Aaron. Just like, what are your expectations going into the Olympics? What are you most excited for? Where is your hype level? Everything, bro, as we get into, and we're about to go off here in a couple minutes.
I think I'll get my hype. My hype is, it's, track is the Summer Olympics. We got all these, no disrespect to all these other sports, but track is the Olympics. So like, until the closer we get every day, I'm gonna get a little bit more excited for it. It's gonna be definitely fun hopping on here with some guests to talk about it and to react. But I think this year we're gonna see a lot of really fast times. I think we're gonna see a couple. I wouldn't be surprised to see some world records. Like I think we're gonna see a couple world records. I mean, the COVID Olympics were fast. We saw the men's 400 meter, the men's and women's 400 meter hurdles records go down. I think we're gonna see Faith do something crazy. The Noah, like we just went through so many amazing storylines, and a lot of the people that were at that COVID Olympics, I'm gonna keep on just calling it the COVID Olympics, they're here and they're so grateful and happy. It's been fun just seeing the athletes when they were doing the opening ceremony. I just felt like everyone was very just enjoying themselves and happy to be there in person around people. So I don't know, a lot of excitement for sure building up.
No, yeah, can't wait till Friday to really start getting into everything, and I can't wait to see the men's 400 and the women's 400. Those two races that we didn't even really talk about. The men's 800, hopefully a world record goes down or we get pretty close. Hopefully Bryce Hoppel can get onto that medal stand or possibly even win the whole thing. Hobbs Kessler is going to be amazing to see, and then even just seeing people that may not make it to a final, but to see like a Juliette Whitaker compete for somebody that we seen compete in high school is pretty amazing to see. So definitely hyped for Olympics. Hyped to be joined by y'all. We'll be on Instagram every single day after competition. So just jump in, stay for a minute, stay for a while. They'll be up on YouTube and anywhere that you listen to podcasts where you get them during the Olympics through the entire time. But anything else before we get out of here, Aaron?
No, just tap in with us. Tap in with us. Look out for the IG live alerts. Around 1 p.m. every day on, and appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Let's get it.